anything to achieve their goals. Anything.
What do you think their goals were?
Well, they've published them. Why don't you read them? Don't take it from me.
No. I know what they just say.
Yeah.
I want to know if you know it.
Yeah, well,
that's
first
their
of all,
goal.
it's not one group, in my opinion, because you have people that benefited this financially. Some people benefited from this ideologically, and some people benefited from this because of the peanut butters. Some people just in it for the money. The Silverstein group wanted to make money. This was a happy group of people.
Lost
Really?
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. When the new building 7 went up, okay, when the new building 7 went up, first of all, it's amazing that it started construction. How do you arrange for a new building that size in this city that quickly, as if they weren't planning the new construction before 9/11? Let me ask you a question.
Everyone else is complaining.
Why did the world? Hold on, wait a second. Why didn't the world know that America is victorious in the face of the terrorists, and we're starting to reconstruct? They didn't announce, and there was no hoopla over the new Building 7 because they didn't want people going to Google and Googling what the hell is Building 7. They didn't want them to see that beautiful, perfect collapse.
I think it's very interesting to see what Dan Rather had to say the first time he watched World Trade Center 7 collapse. It's amazing what they report on the news once.
Now, here we're going to show you a videotape of the collapse itself.
Describe that.
Now we go to videotape, the collapse of this building.
It's amazing.
Amazing, incredible, pick your word. For the third time today, it's reminiscent of those pictures we've all seen too much on television before, when a building was deliberately destroyed by well-placed dynamite to knock it down.
They didn't want them to see the BBC news announcer standing there reading the prearranged cover story about how the building collapsed while the building was still up.
20 minutes before.
The building is still up.
They don't want to draw attention.
Why would you write a script for an event that's going to happen anyway?
It's called a cover story. What do you mean it's going to happen?
They already had the cover
The
story.
building is going to collapse. Why would you give the network that you regard as most implacably hostile? No one knew the building was going to collapse.
Somebody had
The
foreknowledge.
fire department was saying it was going to collapse at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Yes, they did. How'd they know that? How
Who
did they
told
know
them that a
that?
standing building that wasn't hit by anything
No building
was
is going
going
to
to collapse?
collapse.
Silverstein said they had to pull it.
I had a retired fire department battalion chief on the show in February, and he said, "Look, here's how it works. They set up.
Before you finish, let me ask you why you listen to that and the testimony, all the hundreds of people that testified and whose testimonies were omitted from the supposed King Commission report. Why don't you quote any of them? Why don't you quote those firemen who talked about the explosions? Let me tell you something about the King Commission. Everyone here talking about... Hold on, I want to tell everyone here something. I don't want to hear one person in this crowd ever say reopen an investigation. There was never an investigation. The mandate of the King Commission was to take the official story as told by the Bush administration and document it.
Just like the
and
Warren
anything
Commission,
that didn't stick to that story, forget about it. And the most notable testimony omitted from this official report was Rudolph Giuliani, not Sybil Edmonds, not the firemen. It's Giuliani himself isn't even in there.
Do you
Okay?
understand that the 9/11 Commission did no investigating?
Yes.
The original investigation
Ask
included 7,000
the people
FBI.
draped in flags down there.
I don't know.
If they know that.
You're missing my point. The 9/11 Commission was not tasked with discovering the identities of the attackers.
Yeah, ask America if they know that. That's the Bible to them.
The 9/11 Commission was a highly politicized commission. Republicans complained that it was a stunt show by Democrats to bash Bush.
No,
Now,
it
it's
wasn't.
fairly obvious.
No, it was a perfect mechanism for documenting.
Wait a second. Why is all our policies based upon the requirements of a commission that Thomas Keane and Lee Hamilton in their own book said was set up to fail? They said, look, we were set up to fail, interrogation tapes were destroyed, the flight path they mentioned for Flight 77 counteracts what the black boxes show. Everything they said is a lie, and they contradict evidence.
Lee and I write in our book that we think the commission in many ways was set up to fail. because we had not enough money. We didn't have enough time. We'd been appointed by the most partisan people in Washington, the leaders of the House and Senate.